The human mind doesn't just record reality, it translates it. We interpret our lives through filters of past pain, fear, and survival instincts. The problem? Our survival responses often outlive the danger, turning temporary struggles into permanent mental prisons. If you feel stuck, frustrated, or constantly defeated, you need to challenge the story you're telling yourself. To change your life, you must first change the conclusions you've built from what happened to you. Let's break down the 10 critical signs that show your interpretation is trapping you. 1. Making permanent conclusions from temporary circumstances. Turning a difficult season into a final verdict on your identity leads to hopelessness, which takes root because you believe the future is predetermined. Question: are you responding to what is happening now, or assuming this defines the rest of your life? 2. Interpreting repeated failure as identity. Believing I am a failure instead of I failed. Negative self-talk causes you to stop trying because you concluded that change is no longer an option. Question: what else could explain these outcomes besides personal deficiency? 3. Generalizing from limited evidence. Using one betrayal or setback to define all people or all future attempts, causing you to create a self-fulfilling cycle of isolation and distrust. Question: are you describing reality or expanding and making one chapter of your life into a universal truth? 4. Being dominated by emotion. For example, confusing feeling convinced with being correct, which results in you making permanent decisions during temporary emotional storms. Question: are you seeing clearly or through the magnifying lens of fear or shame? 5. Ignoring contradictory evidence. Confirmation bias, where the mind only sees what it already expects, so you become blind to opportunities and growth that are actually there. Question: what evidence are you dismissing just to form, maintain, or protect a familiar narrative? 6. Living in a negative echo chamber. If your environment reinforces a narrative of cynicism or dysfunction, unhealthy patterns start feeling like objective, unchangeable facts. Question: what kind of narrative is your environment teaching you every day? 7. Assuming your current state is your final form. When you viewing yourself statically instead of dynamically, you stop pursuing growth because you assume change is impossible. Question: is this your permanent identity or just your current situation? 8. Interpreting through unhealed wounds. Reacting to past trauma rather than present reality. Past survival strategies tend to block healing and trust in the present. Question: are you reacting to what is happening now or what this reminds you of? 9. Equating difficulty with meaninglessness. Assuming that painful means wrong or not meant for me leads to quitting just as growth is actually beginning to happen. Question: is this pain evidence of failure or evidence of growth? 10. Producing paralysis instead of clarity. Interpretations that drain your agency and stop forward movement leads to hopelessness, which becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Question: does a certain belief encourages action or declares defeat before you've tried? If this resonated with you, I need your help. Take 2 seconds right now to like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on reclaiming your agency. In the comments, tell me, which sign is your biggest weakness and what one action will you take today to change that narrative? Your experience shapes you, but your interpretation defines you. The final key to healing is understanding this: separation. Separate what happened from what you concluded about yourself. Challenge your narratives, and you will reclaim your future.